In the far north of Washington, a wall of sharp, glacier-carved peaks climbs straight out of deep green forest, so rugged and steep that it has earned the name the American Alps. Cold water pours from hundreds of hidden glaciers, gathering into streams and waterfalls that tumble down the mountainsides, while startlingly turquoise lakes lie cradled between the summits. It is one of the wildest and least visited corners of the country, a place of ice, stone, and silence. Welcome to North Cascades National Park. We are in the far north of Washington state, pressed right up against the Canadian border, high in the rugged spine of the Cascade Range. This is remote country, reached mainly by a single scenic road, the North Cascades Highway, that threads its way between the peaks. Away from that thin ribbon of pavement, the land rises quickly into a vast wilderness of forested valleys and towering summits that few people ever set foot in. People who know these mountains often call them the American Alps, and standing among them it is easy to see why. The peaks here are not gentle and rounded but jagged and severe, rising in sheer walls of rock and ice that would look at home in Switzerland. Snow clings to the high ridges through much of the year, and the summits crowd close together, one sharp horn after another, filling the horizon with a skyline of teeth and towers. This dramatic skyline is the work of ice. Over long ages, glaciers ground their way down these slopes, scraping and gouging the softer rock away and leaving behind the sharpened summits and steep, U-shaped valleys we see today. The result is a wall of glacier-carved peaks, plunging thousands of feet from icy crest to forested floor. Every ridge and hollow tells the story of ice on the move, patiently shaping stone. The story written in this landscape is an ancient one. Ice ages came and went, and with each one great rivers of ice advanced down the valleys and then withdrew, cutting deeper with every pass. Rock was crushed, hauled away, and dropped in ridges of rubble, while the highest spires were left standing sharp above the flowing ice. What remains is a range still visibly under the hand of the glaciers, its shape owed almost entirely to the slow grinding of frozen water. And the ice has never fully left. High in these mountains sit hundreds of active glaciers, clinging to shadowed basins and north-facing slopes. They are the meltwater engines of the whole landscape, fields of blue-white ice that hold the winter snows and release them slowly through the warmer months. To look up at these peaks is to see one of the great strongholds of ice in the country, quietly feeding everything below. In fact, this single park holds more glaciers than any other in the lower 48 states, hundreds of them scattered across its high country. Nowhere else in the country outside of Alaska is so much land still gripped by so much ice. It is a distinction that sets the North Cascades apart, an alpine world where the last of the great glaciers of the contiguous states still grind slowly down toward the valleys. All of that ice must go somewhere, and so the mountains run with water. Cold, clear meltwater seeps and rushes from beneath the glaciers, gathering into countless streams that lace down through the forest. The sound of moving water is everywhere here, threading through the trees and over the rocks, carrying the chill of the high snowfields down into the green valleys far below. Where those streams meet the steep edges of the valleys, they leap into the air as waterfalls. One of the most striking is Gorge Creek Falls, a long silver ribbon of glacial water plunging down a deep, forested gorge. Fed by the snow and ice above, it thunders through much of the season, a reminder that in these mountains the water is always in motion, always falling, always on its way down from the peaks to the rivers. Lower down, that same water gathers into some of the most astonishing lakes in the country. Held back by dams along the rivers, they spread out in long, still fingers of the most vivid turquoise, glowing an unreal blue-green against the dark forested slopes. Diablo Lake is the most famous of them, so brilliantly colored that first-time visitors can hardly believe the water is real, ringed by peaks that lean over their own reflections. The secret of that color lies in the ice. As the glaciers grind against the mountains, they crush rock into an impossibly fine powder called rock flour, so light that the streams carry it down into the lakes. There it hangs suspended in the water, catching the sunlight and scattering it back as that glowing turquoise hue. The startling color is not a trick of the eye but the mountains themselves, ground to dust and dissolved into the lakes. For all its wildness, a traveler can still glimpse the heart of this country from the road. The North Cascades Highway winds through the range, climbing past overlooks where the Turquoise Lakes and glacier-hung peaks open up all at once. It is the single thread that ties the park to the outside world, a scenic drive through some of the most spectacular mountain scenery in North America, closed by snow for much of the winter and reborn each summer. Yet step away from that highway and the roads simply end. Almost the entire park is roadless wilderness, hundreds of thousands of acres of forest, rock, and ice with no pavement at all. This is a land you enter on foot or not at all, a vast trackless expanse of ridges and basins where a traveler can walk for days and see no sign of the modern world. Its sheer roadlessness is a large part of why it has stayed so wild. The shape of that wilderness is severe and beautiful. Deep, forested valleys cut between the peaks, their sides so steep that the evergreen forest seems to stand almost on end. Above the tree line, bare rock and snow rise to sharp summits and knife-edged ridges. It is a vertical world, a country of great heights and depths pressed close together, where the land is forever climbing toward the sky or plunging toward the rivers. Because so few people come here, the North Cascades have kept a rare kind of silence. This is one of the least visited national parks in the country, and its remoteness has left it wonderfully pristine, its forests unbroken and its air clean and still. To stand among these peaks is to hear almost nothing but wind and falling water, a deep mountain quiet that has grown rare in the world, preserved here in the far northern corner of Washington. Jagged glacier-carved peaks and hundreds of hidden glaciers, cold streams in the plunge of Gorge Creek Falls, turquoise lakes colored by rock flour, and a vast roadless wilderness kept pristine and quiet. That is North Cascades National Park, the American Alps of the far north. Thank you for watching. Follow for more interesting people, places, and things we cover on the channel.